Mini episode 1454 of the FDH Lounge is brought to you by Sportsology, delivering unconventional columns and webcasts about sports, TV, music, movies, and more. Follow them on the web at sportsology.com.
The FDH Lounge. You want to schedule your life around it.
A long time ago, on a gloomy, wet Cleveland spring night, two men stand alone amidst the late-night drizzle. Their voices echo across the vacant station parking lot as they debate the merits of the great American radio show that have been missing for far too long. On that night, an idea was born. That idea became the FDH Lounge. Welcome to the FDH Lounge.
Hello and welcome to FDH Lounge mini episode 1454, our Billions episode 6.8 preview. I'm FDH Managing Partner Rick Morris here with our top 5 notes of interest heading into this season's 8th episode. Number 5. Even without Bobby between them, Wendy and Chuck still can't reconcile. Sure, they can bond over people who annoy them both, but that's low-hanging fruit for any couple. In the end, the simple matter of Wendy supporting her employer was enough to get Chuck to take a tone of petty judgmentalism with her and blow up their détente. Surely it would give Axe some self-satisfaction to know that the hatred of the billionaire class that his war with Chuck lit the fuse of would remain strong enough to keep the former Mr. and Mrs. Rhodes apart for good. Number 4. Speaking of Mr. and Mrs., are the Princes back together? Andy's wariness about Mike's ability to commit to spending time with her in a way that doesn't disrupt her career seems well-founded. He's happy to be back with her, but he already seems to be itching to make sure that he's still able to focus 24/7 on his business. He's going to have to pick his priorities, and based on the fact that they were estranged, it seems likely that his choice isn't going to be what she wants. Number 3. Dave pushes back on her new boss. It seems unlikely that Chuck is going to burn through another consigliere this quickly, but she's not on board with his entire self-righteous mantra that all billionaires are guilty of something illegal. This dynamic is going to get much more interesting very quickly. Number 2. Prince crosses a line that Wags advises against. It seems inconceivable that Mike Wagner, of all people, could have been making a moral argument against bribery, so it was probably about potentially being leveraged and compromised by his actions. But the ambiguity of what he meant was fascinating because we don't know exactly how Prince's decision is going to come back and bite him, only that it most definitely will. Number 1. The new Prince of New York. The alternate Universe Olympics have officially been awarded to New York as Chuck comes up short with his political obstacles and attempts to find wrongdoing in the process. It's a moment of complete triumph for Prince Capital, but just like the one at the end of the previous episode, when Prince won over his alma mater, not knowing that Chuck had co-opted them, we know that there is still at least one shoe yet to drop. It remains to be seen if Chuck will pivot to investigating Prince's actions from here, or possibly trying to reverse the decision by exposing criminal actions, but this we know, Chuck Rhodes doesn't accept any outcome that he doesn't like lying down. Thank you for joining us for this mini episode of the FDH Lounge.